Have you ever wondered how wholesaling works in the real estate market? Well, let's start by unraveling the mystery of what wholesaling in real estate really is. Picture this: you have a buyer and a seller, and right in the middle, you have a person who brings them together. This person is the wholesaler. In essence, wholesaling in real estate is a strategy where a wholesaler contracts a home with a seller, markets the home to potential buyers, and then assigns the contract to one of those buyers. The key role of the wholesaler here is to find deeply discounted properties that sellers want to get rid of quickly. They then connect these properties with buyers looking for great deals. Think of it as being a matchmaker, but for real estate. The wholesaler doesn't purchase the property, they simply link the buyer and seller and pocket a profit in the process. Now that we've defined what wholesaling in real estate is, let's delve into how it works. The process of wholesaling in real estate can be broken down into a few crucial steps. First off, the wholesaler needs to find a potential seller. This can be a homeowner eager to sell their property quickly, perhaps due to financial difficulties or a need to relocate. The wholesaler will often look for distressed properties, which are typically sold at below market prices. Once the wholesaler finds a suitable property, the next step is to secure a contract with the seller. This contract is a mutual agreement that allows the wholesaler to purchase the property at a specified price within a certain time frame. It's vital to note that the wholesaler doesn't actually plan on buying the property. Instead, they intend to sell the contract to an interested buyer. Now, with the contract in hand, the wholesaler's next task is to find a potential buyer. This might be a real estate investor looking for a new project or a homeowner seeking a property to renovate and live in. Wholesalers often have a network of buyers they regularly work with, making this step a bit easier. Once a buyer is found, the final step in the process is assigning the contract to them. In other words, the wholesaler transfers their rights to purchase the property to the buyer. The buyer then pays the agreed contract price to the seller, and the wholesaler is paid an assignment fee, which is typically the difference between the contract price with the seller and the amount the buyer pays. In essence, the wholesaler acts as a middleman between the seller and buyer, facilitating the transaction without ever owning the property. They leverage their knowledge of the market and their network of contacts to create a win-win situation for all parties involved. And that, in a nutshell, is how the process of wholesaling in real estate works. It's a strategy that requires diligence, networking skills, and a keen understanding of the real estate market. But for those who can master these elements, it can be a lucrative venture. The wholesaler makes their profit from the difference between the contract price with the seller and the amount the buyer pays. Now, let's summarize the key points about wholesaling in real estate. Firstly, we have the role of the wholesaler. The real estate wholesaler is essentially a middleman. They are responsible for finding distressed properties or motivated sellers, negotiating a price, and then getting the property under contract. The wholesaler doesn't plan to actually buy the property, rather, their goal is to sell the contract to an interested buyer. This brings us to the next point: the process. Once the wholesaler has a property under contract, they seek out a buyer. This could be a rehabber or landlord, someone who intends to add value to the property. The wholesaler then assigns the contract to this buyer, effectively transferring their rights to purchase the property. This is the process of assignment. Lastly, we come to how the wholesaler makes a profit. The key here is the difference between what the wholesaler contracts the property for and what they sell the contract for. This difference or spread is the wholesaler's profit. It's important to note that the wholesaler is paid at the closing table, once the deal between the original seller and the end buyer is finalized. So to recap, a wholesaler finds a potential seller, gets a property under contract, finds a buyer, and assigns the contract to that buyer. We hope this video has shed some light on the process of wholesaling in the real estate market. Your engagement is crucial to us. If you found this content enlightening, do give us a thumbs up. Got questions or insights? Feel free to drop a comment. We love hearing from you, and if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. That way you won't miss out on our future videos. Remember, sharing our content helps us a lot. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more informative videos on real estate.